Hi everyone and welcome to Road to Indy TV. I'm JP Mantola and with me our professional driver Tristan Vautier.
Hey JP.
Also in the house, Johnny Baker, the voice of Road to Indy TV.
JP, Tristan, how are we?
Good. Let's talk about this Alabama Grand Prix.
USF 2000, our first step on the Mazda Road to Indy. RC Henderson, 2 wins, that's 3 out of 4 races. This guy is starting to pull away in the championship, 42 points lead after 4 races. These guys are gonna have to hurry up to catch him.
Yeah, but Florian Latour looking very fast. Really stepped it up in Barber. He had pole position and then a 2nd and a 5th place finish in both races, now sitting 3rd in points.
What about Victor Franzoni? Starting with a lot of problems. You remember St. Petersburg got disqualified, and now when he shows up to Alabama, the engine blows, but he managed at the end of the race to be on the podium.
Yeah, and Colton Herta, very young, just turned 14, enters his first race in the USF 2000. He was too young to race in St. Petersburg. Starts off with a 5th place in qualifying, gets taken out of the first race, but finishes 7th in 2nd race. What a strong first weekend for this kid.
Let's talk about some insights. This is the fun part.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama this weekend, starting with Victor Franzoni, obviously. Disqualified after St. Pete, shows up to the race. Tons of mechanical failures. I talked to him, he told me he didn't have more than 5 laps before qualifying and then his engine blows up.
The worst part, it comes after he gets in the podium when he gets an email from his sponsor saying that it's no more for him.
Yeah, so cruel. I mean, he bounces back, finishes the weekend with a podium and learns that his financial backing is going to stop. He doesn't know if he's going to be back in the series, so that's very sad for Victor.
Why don't we take a little bit of a further insight? There was a lot of drama going on with Florian Latour as well in Barber.
Absolutely. He changes teams in the middle. I mean, how that works out?
Yeah, well, I talked to both sides, both on the Bellardi and the Florian side. I think there was some problems with his manager and they didn't want to share the same tent anymore, so he switched to Cape. But yeah, some tension there for sure in between these guys, but the big winner is Florian. He scored his first pole, and you have to be so strong mentally as a driver to switch teams and score your first pole position on your first try with a new team. That's very impressive.
Moving up the ladder in the Mazda Road to Indy, let's talk about Pro Mazda.
Spencer Pigot won another 2 races, won the first race from pole, pulled off a great move on Scott Hargrove from 2nd on the green to win the 2nd race. He's pulling away in the points.
Yeah, and talking of Scott Hargrove, he's starting to show some speed. He had a pole position, race 2, and 2 2nd place finishes both races. And Neil Alberico, also his teammate, starting to show the speed we were expecting with a really encouraging 4th position race 1 and 6th in race 2.
Talking about speed, Julia Valario from Argentina showed fantastic speed during the practice, but she couldn't deliver in the race, spinning out in race number 1 and also spinning out again in race number 2.
Yeah, also a team who couldn't deliver, Team Pelfrey and Pipo Derani, definitely not at their full potential. We know Pelfrey is a top team, Pipo is a top driver, but they only managed a 6th and a 4th position. These guys have to put their act together for the next races if they want to keep up with Spencer. Absolutely.
Let's talk about some insights in the Pro Mazda.
Yes, I mean, growing tension between Pipo and his team, Pelfrey, obviously. They both expect to win. They're both winners and they're not getting the results at the moment. So obviously Pipo is getting frustrated, the team as well, and they're trying to figure it out. They didn't have the pace in Barber. They managed decent finishes. Pipo had amazing opening laps, passing a lot of cars each time from further back on the grid, which kind of saved their weekend, but they need more speed for the coming races if they don't want to let Spencer go.
Let's stay with Pipo for a second and let's talk about that rivalry between Blackstock and Pipo. We saw them getting each other in the Winterfest and it happened again.
Yes, they were fighting for 3rd position in race 2, and I think Pipo came on the radio, was a bit frustrated, saying that Blackstock was blocking it, but we know that Pipo is a tough racer and will do the same thing if he was in issues. So Blackstock, only his first podium this year. Surprisingly, he is one of the favorites.
I mean, he shows really good speed in practice 1 and 2.
Exactly. I mean, he's in a top team, Andretti. He's a top driver. We know they can do it. They just have to put it together when it matters to get the results and try to give a hard time to Spencer.
Let's go up in the ladder in the Mazda Road to Indy and let's talk about the Indy Lights.
Yeah, we've had Zach Veach scored his second win of the season in race 1, once again from pole position. Really quite a dominant performance.
Gabby, Chaves and Alex Perron running into each other and opening the door for Mr. Luis Razia to score his first podium in the United States.
Velari Racing bouncing back in the second race, scoring their first 1-2 finish in the series. Gabby Chaves clinching the win with Alex Barron scoring second position for only his third start in the Indy Lights series.
Yeah, guys, and I think what we've got coming on here, there's a real rivalry starting to emerge here. Every time Zach Veach wins, Gabby Chaves responds immediately. So that's going to be, I think that's going to be the theme of the season now.
Let's go to the gossip of Indy Lights.
Yes, I mean, we've seen Matthew Brabham struggling to keep up this weekend. And you know, the rumor I heard is that there's some growing tension at Andretti Autosport after Long Beach. Apparently, he was supposed to help Zach Veach at the start and try to push him to counter-attack Gabby Chaves being pushed by Alex Barron, and he popped out to try and take the lead. And apparently, they're not really getting on as well as they were before, and for sure it doesn't benefit Matthew at all.
There's some rumors and Schmidt-Peterson saying that engineers think that the driver's not pushing the car, and also the driver saying that the car's not delivering also. It's
pretty typical in this kind of situation because you have a team who had a lot of success before and drivers who had a lot of success before as well. So none of them really wants to give up on their ego, I'd say, you know, and they all believe that it's the other's call. So it's just normal in this kind of situation. And the key is to keep working together and not against each other.
Is it true that normally Schmidt-Peterson gets rookie drivers every time for the Indy Lights?
It depends. They get some returning drivers some years and sometimes rookie drivers. Last year they managed to do amazing and win the championship with rookie driver Sage Karam. This year they have rookies as well, I'd say as favorites, at least Luis Razia and Jack Harvey as rookies, but these guys have a huge experience from Europe, and you know, they came over here with the goal of winning. They're not here to be part of the show. They won this $750,000 and they're gonna have to step up their game if they want to keep up with Gabby and Zach Veach.
Guys, let's talk Vittorio Garelli. You know, I've heard a rumor that he actually pulled off during Long Beach and said, you know, what's the point of driving it if it's slow? And you know, I think he's going to have to have a little. I think he's going to have a little bit of a look at himself, because level below IndyCar, IndyCar team owners will get sniffs of that, and they won't like that. But I think some of these guys in general who just come over from Europe, they think they're going to have it a lot easier than it actually is. And you know, the level on the Mazda Road to Indy is incredibly high, and you know, you got to, if there's problems with the car, you know, driver and team have to be working together, because that's the only way that they're going to make it to the front.
Johnny, I think Vittorio is going to come and find you at the next race. He's not going to be happy about what you just said.
Well, I don't ever leave this cubicle, so I'll be fine.
He's Italian, you know, they're very aggressive.
I know. No, but, you know, you know, Vittorio is a great driver. His resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, huge success in Europe.
Yeah, huge success in Europe. He's a great driver, and it's just all drivers and teams have rough patches, and you've got to work hard to get out of those.
How about that weather at the end of the Indy Lights race? We all saw that it was going to rain hard, and everybody was waiting. When is the rain going to come?
Even the race got changed in timing.
I was very disappointed. The last 3 laps of the race got cancelled because it was raining, and I thought that this was where we were going to see the biggest drama. But as a driver, I have to say, I'm happy for Gabby Chaves, because when you are leading the race and it starts raining like this, you're leading, you have everything to lose, and you start seeing the raindrops on your visor.
But what
about
having a pit stop when everything can be a lot more interesting for the race? It's up to the team make a decision or not.
Yeah, I think the fans, and maybe we can ask that, you can go on our hashtag R2IndyTV on Twitter and give us your opinion, but I think the fans would like to see some authorized pit stops.
Yeah, I was ready to see pit stop action and see who was going to play.
It will prepare the drivers as well for IndyCar. It will be good.
Tristan, you've been gone from Indy Lights to IndyCar. I think these guys need pit stops. I mean, when they're coming into the pits under racing conditions, you know, you go straight to IndyCar. You know, the first pit stop you did was at St. Pete, right? Yeah,
and I think it will really help drivers stepping up to IndyCar. So yeah, go on our hashtag R2IndyTV and tell us what you think.
All right, this is wrapping up what was Alabama Grand Prix, and looking forward for what's going to be the Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
Similar track to Barber, smooth surface. It's going to be interesting to see if the teams who were fast in Barber can repeat their success there.
First time for USF 2000, first time also for Pro Mazda.
Yes, it is, and it's going to be very interesting to talk again about our growing rivalries in those series.
Yep, we've got, I mean, looks like Chaves versus Veach and Indy Lights, and I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say we're going to see rivals emerge for Pigot in Pro Mazda and for RC Anderson USF 2000.
Yeah, we all agree. We want to see a lot more competition coming up in Indianapolis. Well, folks, thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us at roadtoindy.tv.
You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Wait. We're missing a segment. JP?
No, we don't.
Didn't we go shooting in Alabama?
Yes, we did.
You're trying to skip the segment because you lost again, JP.
All right. Let's go watch it. Thanks for watching, and
see you next time, folks.
Welcome to the Road to Indy TV. Right here next to me, Jack Harvey. We're going to be talking, we're going to be shooting, and I already screwed up. Welcome to Road to Indy TV. My friend here, Jack Harvey. Jack? Hey, welcome to the Road to Indy TV. Hi,
I'm Jack Harvey. I'd like to welcome you to Road to Indy TV. I'm here with my good friend, JP. We're at the Southern Skeet and Trap Shooting Club. We're going to try and shoot a couple of clays, have a couple of interviews, and let you guys get to know me better. See you soon.
He's taking my job.
Got both of them at the same time, I believe.
What happened then?
A fragment of one went up and broke the second one.
So I hit 2 with 1 shot, so it's your turn again.
Can I do that?
I would make sure not.
Jack Harvey, thank you for coming to Road to Indy TV. Fans want to know more about you, so why don't we start just by where this bug for racing is coming from?
My dad used to race on dirt ovals, basically, and my whole childhood I pretty much remember just going away, racing with him. The thing that he used to race is very similar to like a sprint car. For people in America, they might be able to relate to it more. So I guess racing's always been in my blood. I've been around cars for a long time. On my 9th birthday, he made the mistake of buying me a go-kart. Mate, I went out and probably like everybody, it's such a cliche, it's so cheesy, I loved it. You know, I loved it straight away, and I was pushing him all the time, we need to go go-karting, we need to go go-karting. I just progressed through the ranks, picked up some good championships, made some good friends, and you know, just kept progressing, mate. And you know, this is where I've ended up. So,
reading in your bio, I read there that the ultimate place that you want to achieve was Formula One. Is that has been changed?
To be honest, mate, we just kind of go with the situation. I think when I started racing, when I was speaking to my dad, the ultimate goal was to try and be a professional driver. And if that's in Formula One, then maybe it's in Formula One. If it's an IndyCar, it's an IndyCar. If it's racing sports cars, maybe it's where it is. You know, I want to be able to have a living doing what I love and, you know, drive cars very quickly.
So you're living in America, you're living in Indianapolis, you're chasing that dream. Is anything else that you want to share with us that make you unique? To
be honest, mate, I think what makes me unique is that I'm a pretty regular guy. To be honest, you know, like when I'm not racing, I'm not always talking about racing. You know, I'm with my friends. I'm just being a normal guy. You know, and so much of my life is a little bit crazy and like a roller coaster. It's nice to actually take a breath, relax, and then see what, you know, make sure that my family is in good health and all them things. So I think what makes me the most unique, or one of the most interesting facts for me, is my family give me the most strength. I like to spend time with them, and you know, when I'm not racing, I've not got the helmet on, I could walk past the street and it would just say hey, and that we keep walking.